Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, January 20th, at 3:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 714 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Joe Biden's children, who are Hunter, Ashley, Beau and Naomi Biden. Medical tourism survives pandemic. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner are reportedly renting out a Miami condo just a 5-minute drive from their new billionaire bunker property. Fox News fires editor who defended correct Arizona call after backlash from Trump viewers. Trump issues last-minute order attempting to free his appointees from ethics commitments. Republican lawmakers involved in the rally that preceded the Capitol insurrection reportedly asked Trump for preemptive pardons. Speaker Pelosi, Trump could be accessory to murder over deadly insurrection. Wisconsin pharmacist accused of removing vaccine doses from clinic fridge charged with a misdemeanor. Hurricane Force winds kick up new California wildfires, force closure of Yosemite National Park, knock out power to thousands. Ivanka praises her own work in farewell message as bitter Don Jr. compares Biden to Disney's Uncle Scar. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Biden to be inaugurated as 46th president as Trump leaves Washington, CNN. Watching history from afar, some Harris supporters feel robbed of a big moment, NPR. George Springer gets paid, but will it pay off for the Blue Jays, ESPN. Olivia shares jump on Jack Ma's first appearance in 3 months, TechCrunch. Google Messages may stop working on uncertified Android devices in March 9 to 5 Google. This Bachelorette contestant asks Claire Crawley on a date after Dale Moss split, Yahoo Entertainment. China builds massive COVID-19 quarantine camp for 4,000 people as outbreak continues, CNN. Plan to vaccinate 2,000 seniors a day on pause in Stanislaus County, KCRA Sacramento. Trump pardons former top strategist Steve Bannon, defying White House lawyers, The Daily Beast. Candace Parker and Steve Smith react to Kyrie Irving's comments on absence, Bleacher Report. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. DC on lockdown and on edge before Biden's inauguration. See the 50 cities where rent is rising and falling the most. 23 photos show the evolving style choices by first ladies on inauguration days. Biden's big goal on vaccines may not be big enough. James Corden says goodbye to Trump with stirring Les Miserables spoof. Biden's first act as president, executive orders on pandemic, climate, immigration. Rachel Maddow has one final damning question for Trump. Trump reportedly considers exacting revenge on GOP by forming his own party. Iran's Rouhani says bull in U.S. court over nuclear dispute. Hollywood returns, A-list celebrities headline Biden inauguration. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Police, woman murders brother's suspected killer. Suspect shoots at officers during 20-hour standoff. Persons facing minor offenses get a second chance. Artist to be featured in Biden Inauguration Day event. Parents monitor classrooms to solve staff shortages. Father builds a backyard ice rink for sons. Cleanup begins after cathedral vandalism, standoff. City rejects damage claim after dog shocked on public sidewalk. Sheriff, trio arrested after shooting at deputy. Pennsylvania expands COVID-19 vaccinations. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. A Capitol under siege. On day 1, Biden moved to undo Trump's legacy. Virus tightens its grip on Texas. Biden prepares to be sworn in as 46th President of the United States. Restoring the first break of dignity, Biden supporters on his inauguration. The Daily's audio guide to the inauguration. Jack Ma appears in public after challenging Beijing, live business updates. Biden and Harris, two paths converge at the White House. Here's what the U.S. declaration that China is committing genocide could mean. New York City is days away from running out of COVID vaccines. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Behind Nikki Gozer's ongoing harassment from her husband's jailed killer. 2 GOP House freshmen beat the odds, land coveted committee spots. Jason Chaffetz, Biden administration, here's what to expect. Biden era opens amid deep mistrust, lack of bipartisan cooperation in Washington. Trump and Bannon's rocky road to a pardon. How to play Fox Super 6 for the NFC Championship. Biden, Harris to be sworn in amid high security, coronavirus concerns. Biden to sign 17 executive actions, orders to reverse Trump policies, restore Obama-era programs on first day. Dog mirrors injured owner's limp in viral Facebook video, love him. Kwame Kilpatrick's road to Trump commutation of corruption sentence. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, January 20th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he's offended by vetting of National Guard for President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. CDC, Florida leads nation in COVID-19 variant cases. 44 years ago, snow fell in South Florida, first time in recorded history. Author Dan Moraine on book Kamala's Way, Kamala Harris will be a consequential vice president. Doubling up masks creates obstacle course for COVID, doctor encourages you to consider it. Sarah Thomas to become first woman to officiate Super Bowl as NFL announces Super Bowl LV crew. Why are debit cards being issued for the second stimulus payment? Shelley Shepard Gray on book Perfect Amish Romance, you cannot pretend the Amish are perfect or paper dolls. Bruce Arians says he allows Tom Brady to be himself. Paramount Plus streaming service launches on March 4th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Man who insisted on being buried in back garden of 3-bed home he was born and died in. Pakistan police drop investigation into Muslim man who kidnapped Christian girl, 12. Britain found dead in remote Austrian mountain hut from carbon monoxide poisoning. Priti Patel blames AstraZeneca and Pfizer supply issues for vaccine slowdown. The city's last open outcry trading ring at the London Metal Exchange could close permanently. London transport bosses say 90% of passengers are wearing face masks. 20 stunning finalists of the National Parks Photography Competition announced. Coronavirus, Israeli doctor claims Pfizer's vaccine is less effective than expected after one dose. Man, 41, shed a whopping 16 stone in 14 months. How can I watch Joe Biden's inauguration ceremony in Britain? The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Biden's nominees promise fresh approach on national security. The Biden doctrine is still taking shape. Zimbabwe's foreign minister dies of COVID-19 amid resurgence. The world is watching as the Trump era wins to a close and Biden prepares to assume office. China turbocharges bid to discredit Western vaccines, spread virus conspiracy theories. Indonesian leader promises compensation for plane crash. India starts supplying COVID-19 shots to neighboring nations. Liberals Jack Ma emerges from 3-month absence after clash with Beijing. Netanyahu courts Arab voters in election year turnabout. After historic unpopularity of Trump in Western Europe, new poll suggests broad approval of Biden. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Guns N' Roses, how they soundtrack my last gasp of preteen freedom. Hands on the Bible, I found the future first thing. UK inflation rises to 0.6%, London average house price exceeds 500,000, Business Live. Brazil to California to Lion, Caterina Macario's long road to stardom. One of a kind, calls to protect Alabama's 60,000-year-old underwater forest. It gives us hope, migrants stranded in Mexico buoyed by prospect of Biden reform. Trump will be first president since Nixon to miss successor's inauguration. Hero, villain or troll, Kyrie Irving remains the NBA's oddest genius. Biden plans day one immigration moves to reverse inhumane Trump policies. Phil Neville is about to discover that Inter Miami will be no beach holiday. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Biden takes office looking to turn the page, while rolling back Trump actions. Biden plans dozens of executive actions in first days. Trump pardons Bannon, other allies on final night in office. Capitol attack conjures American legacy of racial violence. Rioter planned attack, wanted to trap lawmakers and turn on gas, prosecutors. Stores drop my pillow after CEO pushes election conspiracies. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Coronavirus, why South Africa has yet to roll out vaccines. Biden inauguration, Democrat to be sworn in as Trump leaves office. Trump pardons dozens in final hours, including ex-aide Steve Bannon. Biden cabinet, does this diverse team better reflect America? Prada drops Chinese actress over alleged surrogacy row. Jack Ma makes first appearance since October. Audi to make electric cars with China's oldest carmaker thaw. SLS, NASA finds cause of mega rocket test shutdown. Trap Chinese miner say thanks for medicine, call for sausages. Natural wonder, wing clap solves mystery of butterfly flight. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Coronavirus updates. A year later, COVID-19 has killed 400,000 in U.S. 1 in 10 Americans say pandemic is mostly under control, poll shows. AP Top Stories January 20th A. Mega Millions jackpot climbs to $970 after Tuesday's drawing goes without winner, $730 in Powerball drawing on Wednesday. Today in history for January 20th. Lincoln sees Congress as foreign policy partner. COVID-19 memorials honor those we lost. COVID-19 vaccine supply issues plague California. Buildings around the country lit up to honor COVID-19 dead. Washington, Malak and Leto face off in the little things. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Biden to offer legal status to 11 million immigrants, plans to stop border wall construction. Trump pardons USC father in college admission scandal. Sacramento County Sheriff's deputy, K9 and suspect dead after shootout. No credible threat to Los Angeles ahead of inauguration, law enforcement leaders say. San Francisco will run out of COVID-19 vaccine Thursday, officials say. LA County seniors can sign up for vaccine this week, but wait will be long due to shortages. More than 78,000 Southern California Edison customers lose power as high winds increase wildfire risk. LA County opens 5 vaccine sites, plans to reach 20,000 people daily. What month is this? Strong winds, fires, outages hit Bay Area, knock down PG&E lines. Orange County man lived in Chicago airport for 3 months, fearing COVID-19. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Sahara Desert, rare snowfall leaves extraordinary pattern on sand dunes. UK seriously concerned by Israel's decision to build 780 settlements in the West Bank. New Stone Age, DNA breakthrough of 2 men buried in a cave near Oban 6,000 years ago. Rival Navalny claims theater, casino and strip club inside Putin's $1 billion palace. World first biomarker test can predict depression and bipolar disorder. U.S. Secretary of State nominee Blinken says Turkey not acting like an ally. Finland not opening its borders for tourists in the near future. Pacific. Liberals Jack Ma makes first live appearance in 3 months in online meet. DuckDuckGo search engine records over 100 million search requests in one day. First black firefighter says he endured torture and heard the N-word every single day for years in Calgary, Canada. The dead threaten to overwhelm the living as UK sets new record for COVID deaths. Russian opposition leader Navalny calls for protests after court-ordered detention. Author from Iran who claimed to be independent expert in foreign affairs was secretly an agent for his native country, US officials allege. Brexit has driven 2,500 finance jobs and 170 billion euros to France, says bank governor. CBD has been shown for the first time to kill the bacteria responsible for gonorrhea, meningitis and Legionnaire's disease. The next headlines are from Forbes. MLB's 5 most interesting salary arbitration cases. Brooklyn Nets risky trade for James Harden looks better already given Kyrie Irving uncertainty. Biden inauguration, live updates. How Trump ranks among U.S. presidents for clemency, infographic. China's Jack Ma resurfaces for the first time since October, ending speculation over his whereabouts. Trump revokes lobbying ban he signed at the beginning of his presidency. China's loss is Mexico's gain as barley brawl spills into beer. Trump pardons former advisor Steve Bannon. Trump pardons and commutes 143 people on his last day, but doesn't pardon his family. George Springer signing raises possibility of intriguing Blue Jays-Yankees AL East race. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Biden science advisor, COVID reinfections and vaccine tests. How science can put the Sustainable Development Goals back on track. Publisher correction, single shot Ad26 vaccine protects against SARS-CoV-2 and rhesus macaques. Publisher correction, toughening mechanisms of the elytra of the diabolical ironclad beetle. Publisher correction, integrated optical multi-ion quantum logic. Publisher correction, seismic evidence for partial melt below tectonic plates. Publisher correction, filling middle organic framework mesopores with Shia sub 2 sub for CO sub 2 sub photo reduction. Publisher correction, a single-cell transcriptome atlas of marsupial embryogenesis and X inactivation. Publisher correction, Chadox1 COVID-19 vaccine prevents SARS-CoV-2 pneumonia in rhesus macaques. Publisher correction, PCMA activates the MUT-LG endonuclease to promote meiotic crossing over. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,680,535,131 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. COVID to promote Korean acting talent on global stage. Shamefully failed, Elton John, Ed Sheeran among top UK musicians demanding government action on EU touring. My Rembrandt Review, an alluring documentary portrait of the people who own Rembrandt portraits. Outgoing President Trump pardons Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez, Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. Olympics Jack Ma makes first public appearance since October. James Corden celebrates one day more at Trump with Lemisrable spoof. Morgan Wallen, Olivia Rodrigo have massive debuts atop album, song charts. Fernando Garcia named Ampus Executive VP, Member Relations and Awards, Film News in Brief. The Bachelor Executive on Mac James ratings and diversifying the audience. HBO announces Black Art, in the absence of light release date, TV News Roundup. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Photos, historic inauguration will not look like the past. Watching history from afar, some Harris supporters feel robbed of a big moment. Here's what Biden plans to do in his first day as president. Biden's inaugural address, annotated. ALS patients to gain quicker access to disability benefits and Medicare. Legacy of President Trump's travel ban will be hard for Biden to erase. On immigration, Biden goes big in opening bid to Congress. Watch live, Inauguration Day ceremony and events. Trump pardons Steve Bannon, Lil Wayne and final clemency flurry. Hall of Fame pitcher, baseball announcer Don Sutton dies at 75. The following headlines are from the week. The country Joe Biden is inheriting. Will the Biden era produce better art? The inauguration's sad symbolism. Joe Biden, welfare king. Trump's fascinating and bizarre final pardons. Biden's first presidential schedule is full of activity. Trump's final schedule has just one event. Colbert's Late Show remixes Biden's inauguration playlist into a not subtle farewell message for Trump. Trump pardons dozens of people, including rappers and a GOP fundraiser. Trump pardons Steve Bannon, charged with defrauding Trump supporters. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. After a year of racial reckoning, black lawmakers believe they can finally eliminate Confederate Heroes Day in Texas. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers confirm that Darkset is about half as bright as an unpainted starling. This is a simulation of the interstellar medium flowing like smoke throughout the Milky Way. What happens to their supermassive black holes when galaxies collide? The solar wind is more attracted to the Earth's north pole than the south. Why? The magnetic field swirling within the Whirlpool galaxy. The first CubeSat with a Hall effect thruster has gone to space. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, January 20th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Lenticular clouds look like UFOs. Moon, Mars, Uranus January 19th, 2021. SpaceX's first Starlink launch of 2021 is now set for Wednesday. Check out these new sun science stamps. What is a first quarter moon? The next news is from Politico. United Kingdom's pitch to Biden, we'll work with you on China. Biden's first 100 days. Poll, Biden gets modest honeymoon ahead of inauguration. Biden plans 15 executive actions on his first day in office. Biden kills Keystone XL permit, again. Biden ready to release immigration bill after inauguration. Biden's COVID fight meets a big test, red state politics. Biden team fears rocky transition may have revealed only tip of the iceberg of state of executive branch. What the world wants from John Kerry. Biden wants to unite the country. How can he do it? The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Sykes flies high as Phoenix score first win of season. There's no other law like this in Australia. Facebook hits out at digital media code. Reluctant watchers confuse smoke with steam. Like a time bomb going to explode, premonition of Gold Coast Mount 2B's murderer. Happy under Heppel, bombers name leadership group. Scott Morrison backs coal wealth for decades to come. I gave away caring too much, Bara Jiklian on leadership post 2020. Jack Ma makes first public appearance online since 3-month silence. Exhausted test stars finally return home. Why Joe Biden is exactly the right man to mend America. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Biden's stimulus checks and tax credits would send a windfall to America's poorest families. Here's exactly how much. Tax guy, if your spouse died in 2020, skipping this tax rule could result in a harsh penalty. Biden likely to tighten COVID travel restrictions from these countries. Crypto tech versus COVID-19, how hospitals are using blockchain in the vaccine rollout. AutoTrader, this is America's most popular muscle car. NerdWallet, making ends meet, how to get lower cost credit in a crisis. Next Avenue, older Americans are sinking into debt, reversing the trend won't be easy. Europe markets, ASML leads techs higher in Europe, while Nasdaq futures climb after Netflix earnings. IAG agrees to buy Spanish airline Air Europa but halves price tag to €500 million. Trump pardons former advisor Steve Bannon, 142 others, but not himself. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Case study, contradictory interpretations of means plus function claims in China, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. Compulsory license in China, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. Intellectual property expert Livingston joins law firm, Florida Weekly. Nidec files patent infringement lawsuit against Seagate over HDD inventions, Nasdaq. Disney cuts bonuses for top executives in pandemic fallout, Nasdaq. UK's BBC must make tough decisions on spending, Watchdog, Nasdaq. PTAB nixes 2 cellular patents and win for Mercedes-Benz, Law 360. Acacia Research Corporation, ACTG, breaks into new 52-week high on January 19th session, Equities.com. Nidec sue Seagate over patents for disk drives, spindle motors, Bloomberg Law. UC publishes brag sheet amid 2021 college admission season, Los Angeles Times. The next headlines are from Quartz. Why employers aren't afraid to fire employees who stormed the Capitol. The early impact of curbing hate speech online. Why Twitter bans alone are not enough to stop the alt-right. The skewed history behind the alt-right's ideology. How Europe's far right is talking about the US insurrection. India's COVID-19 vaccine rollout needs to address hesitancy to truly take off. Just as India's auto sector was getting back on its feet, coronavirus has come back to bite it. A global survey of 32,000 workers reveals the biggest concerns about returning to the office. South Africa is racing against time to get vaccines as COVID-19 spread accelerates. Jack Ma makes a humble reappearance months after China's end crackdown. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Turkish President Erdogan is arresting doctors on terrorism charges for exposing the country's actual COVID stats. Free access to academic papers for everyone in India. Government proposes one nation, one subscription approach as part of major shift to openness. Illinois legislature sends massive police reform bill to the governor's desk. Tech Dirt Podcast episode 266, in defense of Section 230 and a decentralized internet. Parler attempting to come back online, still insisting the site's motivation is privacy despite leaking details on all its users. As Beijing continues to creep into Hong Kong, internet censorship begins. Daily Deal, my draw diagramming software. Trump's fact-optional assault on Chinese tech continues with blocking of Xiaomi. Trump support of cops pays off, multiple police officers under investigation for illegal invasion of the Capitol building. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Dakota Johnson. Kwame Kilpatrick. Biden. Kellen Conway. Mega Millions drawing. Clarendale. Dawn Sutton. Chelsea. Tiffany Trump. Janet Yellen. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. 3/5 of Russians oppose idea of antibody passports for those vaccinated or recovered from COVID-19, study reveals. Pompeo's successor says Trump was right to be tough on China as Beijing dismisses Washington's lies about Uyghur repression. Silicon Valley CEOs cannot decide laws and rules, EU Commission President says. India's December oil imports jumped to highest level in 3 years. Taming the dragon, Twitter aflame as Indian state renames dragon fruit for sounding too Chinese. We cannot talk about lifting lockdown until vulnerable people are vaccinated, UK Home Secretary. Trump's political life has ended, but the nuclear deal is still alive, Rouhani says while in US court over JCPOA. UFC star Conor McGregor sued by two women in multi-million-dollar personal injuries lawsuit days before Poirier fight, reports. Olympics Jack Ma issues video message, ending nearly 3-month disappearance after a run-in with Chinese regulators. Russia continues ditching U.S. treasuries as part of state de-dollarization policy. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Steel prices are exploding to record highs. Boeing, gone, again. Spanish cops uncover 2 tons of cocaine hidden in charcoal. Watch, in farewell address, Trump wishes Biden success in keeping America prosperous and safe. Pandemic caused court backlog of grave concern in England and Wales, report. McConnell sparks GOP split talk, claims mob was fed lies, provoked by Trump. Turkey turns table on Twitter, will never allow digital fascism. UK authorities could force people to take selfie every day to prove they're self-isolating. Nord Stream 2 completion at risk after fresh Trump admin sanctions, Gazprom admits. Escobar, Baghdad on the Potomac, welcome to the Blue Zone. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. EU sighs with relief as Biden readies to enter White House. Tunisia's burgeoning youth-led protests in 700 words. Donald Trump's farewell falsehoods, fact-check. Trump slammed for failing to pardon Assange, Snowden. Photos, Indians root for Kamala Harris, next U.S. Vice President. Is Zimbabwe criminalizing dissent? Joe Biden plans immediate orders on immigration, COVID, climate. U.S. to keep embassy in Jerusalem, Biden's top diplomat. Tunisian youth vow to continue protests amid economic woes. Japan plans mass vaccination as Olympic doubts mount. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Donald Trump announces pardons and commutations for 143 people in last hours of presidency. Joe Biden's Pentagon pick Lloyd Austin vows to rid military ranks of racists and extremists. Reports, Donald Trump has pardoned Steve Bannon. Trump issues 18-month amnesty for thousands of Venezuelans in U.S. Department of Justice closes probe into Richard Burr's coronavirus-linked stock trades. GOP Rep Cawthorn, America should not become used to, desensitized to Washington, D.C. police state. Cuomo, Trump could pardon Sheldon Silver as favor for someone in the Jewish community. Half of House GOP supports movement to remove Liz Cheney as House GOP chair. GOP Rep Stefanik, I am not worried about the future of the Republican Party, GOP is energized at a local level. Pro-life Black group commends Trump, you have fully demonstrated your commitment to support Black life. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, woman wins $47 and lottery jackpot with numbers from husband's dream. Watch, Missouri woman reunited with lost class ring after 42 years. Look, giant Trump baby balloon acquired by the Museum of London. Elephant freed from fishing net in reservoir in India. Irish girls lost soccer ball floats 124 miles to Welsh Beach. Watch, Idaho men stack 47 bars of soap for Guinness World Record. Watch, man spends $400 to find out limping dog was imitating owner. Watch, stranded dog rescued from icy pond in Colorado. Look, rhinoceros iguana at Australia Zoo dubbed world's oldest at 40 years. Watch, 2 100-pound lion statues stolen from Pennsylvania porch. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Cat was thought to be a goner in California mudslides 3 years later, the miracle cat showed up again. Youngest poet ever to recite at presidential inauguration beats speech impediment to take global stage in D.C. Iran has passed a bill that would protect women from domestic violence. Embryos created at Christmas are viable, raising hopes for the 2 remaining northern white rhinos. Formerly vacant lot in Milan wins reinventing cities contest with vineyard atop building with public sidewalk. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, January 20th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. File details investigation into John Mulaney SNL monologue. The Michelin Guide has awarded one of its coveted stars to a French vegan restaurant for the first time. Man who sprained his ankle and got lost in the Alps led back to safety by a mysterious cat. First preserved Ionosorba pole is perfect and unique, paleontologist says. Hong Kong's Kim Jong-un impersonator says he was arrested over possession of firearm, flat rated. 2 arrested after trying to recover drugs left in a rental car, say deputies. Trap Chinese miners request sausages. Bison rangers wanted to oversee UK herd, no bison experience necessary. Flight attendants play babysitter for adults as bad behavior on board spikes, FAA threatens hefty fines. Egypt arrests female chef after she served genitalia-shaped desserts at exclusive women's club. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. MediaTek's 2021 flagship chip comes with big promises, 168Hz display and ray tracing. 3 creative ways to use your brand data to improve marketing measures. How machine learning enhances customer segmentation. Alibaba shares jump 8% as Jack Ma surfaces after 3 months. Facebook's AI for describing photos in your feed is way smarter now. Trump gets suspended from YouTube for another week. The best vampire games and mods to play until Bloodlines 2 releases later this year. Google Chrome update makes it easy to fix all your weak sauce passwords. GPT-3 is the world's most powerful bigotry generator. What should we do about it? GPT-3 has consistent and creative anti-Muslim bias, study finds. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Light-controlled Higgs modes found in superconductors, potential sensor, computing uses. Fastener with microscopic mushroom design holds promise. Land deals meant to improve food security may have hurt. Exploring the solar wind with a new view of small sun structures. Astronomers dissect the anatomy of planetary nebulae using Hubble Space Telescope images. Unlocking the shape of water and mechanisms of antibiotic resistance. Exploration of toxic tiger rattlesnake venom advances use of genetic science techniques. How to train a robot, using AI and supercomputers. Constructing termite turrets without a blueprint. Potential COVID-19 drug is successful in lab study. The next headlines are from Information Week. Emotion detection in tech, it's complicated. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, January 20th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA invites media to update on rocket test for Artemis I moon mission. NASA's Aerospace Safety Advisory Panel releases 2020 annual report. NASA TV coverage set for upcoming spacewalks, preview news conference. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Why Utah State men's basketball keeps winning. After facing pressure, Salt Lake City School District will reopen junior high and high schools for in-person learning. Utah Jazz's win over Pelicans sees them continue their ascension toward being NBA's best three-point shooting team. The triple team, Jazz run for easy threes, highlight plays and big win against Pelicans. Utah legislature convenes for lawmaking while bracing for protests. Trump wishes new administration luck in farewell video. Utah Senate approves bill requiring certification for K-9 police dogs. Mormon women for ethical government leader to take part in President-elect Joe Biden's inaugural prayer service. Bayou guard Shaylee Gonzalez hasn't missed a beat since returning from knee injury. After community pushback, LDS Church renames, relocates to Illa Temple. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Reddit's former CEO is now in the forest planting business. President Trump pardons Anthony Levandowski, ex-Uber engineer sentenced to prison for stealing trade secrets from Google. Gaming the system, how GameStop stock surged 1,500% in 9 months. Penn State engineers are developing an inexpensive, thermally modulated battery for electric cars. Global sales of electric cars accelerate fast in 2020 despite pandemic. Netflix is finally adding a streaming roulette feature as it clinches 200 million subscribers. Instagram lead says he's not happy with Reels yet, might consolidate video formats. Anti-Facebook new social network adds 2.5 million new members in 1 week. Malwarebytes said it was hacked by the same group who breached SolarWinds. The English language Wikipedia just had its billionth edit. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. President Trump pardons former top strategist Steve Bannon, 72 others and 70 commutations. Seckman High School student killed in crash. New Amanda Jones billboard seeks clues in the 16-year-old disappearance case. Cardinals special event fans at bat sells out. East St. Louis residents suffer on unfinished street when city runs out of money. The COVID-19 vaccine plan, St. Louis area leaders on the race to vaccinate. Local organizations, families seek assistance understanding DC attack. Tens of thousands of National Guardsmen on patrol in Washington ahead of inauguration. St. Louis County Council meets despite pending legal resolution over chair selection. Women to wear pearls, Converse on Inauguration Day in Harris honor. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. San Marcos District OK's plan for elementary students to resume classes in person. San Diego strip clubs await court's ruling on whether they can open. County reports 2,498 new cases, decrease in hospitalizations. San Diego mom describes allergic reaction to Moderna vaccine. Man who was gunned down in Ramona identified. To oppose parole for woman convicted in 1984 murder for hire plot. Who can get the coronavirus vaccine in San Diego County? La Jolla salon operator sues state over pandemic restrictions. Fewer than half of COVID-19 vaccines promised to Baja California will be delivered. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. CNN doesn't bother to ask Swalwell about Chinese spy scandal despite unanswered questions. The World War I British spy who lived over ancient treasure on a Spanish islet. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Tiger Shark unmanned aircraft tested at U.S. Army's premier test center. MSVS trucks complete their first year in service in the Canadian Army. Nevsco design bureau is crafting new aircraft carrier concepts for Russian Navy. Serbian Armed Forces receives new Milosh armored combat vehicles. Belarus will receive new Mi-35 attack helicopters from Russia. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Deng Xiaoping's secret southern tour and its enduring legacy. U.S. says China is committing genocide against Uyghurs. Surrogacy row in China, an actress sent to abandoned babies. With the U.S. in its sights, China moves to restrict rare earths exports. Could cobalt be next? Ghosts of communists past. U.S.-China cooperation on climate change, Q&A with Wang Zhong and Kerry Krasinski. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Officials urge pot to Moderna vaccine after allergic reactions. Suspect in custody after assaulting 81-year-old man in San Francisco. President Trump pardons rapper Lil Wayne, commutes Kodak Black's sentence. California surpasses goal of vaccinating 1 million people within 10 days. How San Francisco is preparing for Inauguration Day. Illegal sideshow leads to fatal Bay Bridge crash, police. Track COVID-19 vaccine rollout in Santa Clara County with new online tool. Will the Capitol rioters receive a pardon from President Trump? Windstorm rips through Bay Area causing major damage. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Man detained for throwing snowballs at Berlin U.S. consulate. Mega Millions jackpot now $865 million, Powerball up to $730 M. Trump pardons ex-strategist Steve Bannon, dozens of others. Trump pardons Mattawa Mayor Casey Urlacher. Yukon routes Whiffler 103-35, Oriema passes Summit in wins. Lions hire GM Brad Holmes after he wasn't on original list. Pinto wants pride flag to fly at Buffalo Grove Village Hall. Lake County Fairgrounds becomes the drive-through vaccination center. 4 vaccination locations opened in Cook County, but none are in the northwest suburbs, yet. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle to see colder temperatures, possible weekend snow, here's what to expect this week. Seattle to join nationwide COVID-19 Memorial Today, honor victims. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, Lebanon, the Republic of North Macedonia, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Chile. Orange alert for tropical cyclone Eloise 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 kilometers per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0.546 million. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, January 20th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Family hopes purple side mirror could lead deputies to the driver in Harris Company deadly hit and run. Coastal fog advisory, cooler and cloudier today. First official act, Joe Biden signing executive orders on pandemic, climate, immigration. George Springer, Toronto Blue Jays agree to 6-year, $150 deal, sources say. College Board will no longer offer SATs optional essay and subject tests amid COVID-19 pandemic. Trump pardons Steve Bannon, Lil Wayne, among 143 granted clemency in final hours of presidency. Mega Millions jackpot grows to $970 after no winners hit Tuesday. Federal lawmakers ask for reopening Heights Hospital, but documents show owners owe millions. Digital divide for COVID-19 vaccines persists, even as supplies increase. Joe Biden arrives in Washington for Inauguration Day with big plans, big problems. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Thomas to go on training program after anti-gay slur. Trump frees former aides from ethics pledge, lobbying ban. Music stars slam UK's shameful failure on EU touring rules. China labels Pompeo doomsday clown over genocide claims. Popular Thai politician charged with defaming monarchy. Biden's first act, orders on pandemic, climate, immigration. On day 1, Biden to undo Trump policies on climate, virus. Italian PM Conte works to cement majority after narrow vote. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. What immigrant advocates expect from President Biden on day 1. One anti-immigrant order Trump didn't sign. As U.S. passes 400,000 COVID deaths, data shows NY at a crossroads. Extra, Trump may lose his union card over insurrection. Feds, Army private, an alleged ISIS sympathizer, discussed attack on 9/11 memorial. Brownsville Hospital offers vaccinations without appointments to improve equitable access. Outsiders take advantage. Cuomo's budget hinges on getting $15 billion from Biden's Washington. COVID-19 causes a sharp rise in deaths of NYC homeless. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Hunts Point produce workers enter day 3 of strike after NYPD breaks up picket line. The next headlines are from Observer.com. Microsoft doubles down on self-driving cars with a big GM partnership. Netflix tops 200 subscribers but braces for a challenging 2021. Neil Diamond gave us America and also showed us its limits. SpaceX is launching 2 Falcon 9 rockets within a single day. The Museum of London has added the Trump baby blimp to its protest collection. Box office experts debate which movie studios are best prepared for 2021. Did saving lives with COVID shutdowns destroy economies? The data is telling. Meghan Markle wants to secure a victory in her tabloid lawsuit this week. How will Netflix cap off its rousing 2020 with Q4 earnings today? The best Valentine's Day gifts that the most stylish woman will love. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag strikes near Banda Sea. Light earthquake 4.8 mag, 175 kilometers north by northwest of Iroa, Papua New Guinea. Minor earthquake, 2.8399991 mag was detected near Nalaha in Hawaii. Minor earthquake, 3.1500001 mag has occurred near Pahala in Hawaii. Minor earthquake 3.2 mag, 97 kilometers N of Charlotte Amalia, U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, 3.1 mag was detected near White City in New Mexico. Light earthquake, 4.3 mag strikes near Ladurki in Greece. Minor earthquake, 2.83 mag strikes near Pahala in Hawaii. Light earthquake, 4.1 mag strikes near Hall Bay Egmont in Austria. Minor earthquake 3.52 mag, 93 kilometers N of Cruz Bay, U.S. Virgin Islands. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Afghanistan threatened with rising violence once again. In Zimbabwe there is freedom of speech, but no freedom after the speech. Imprisoned Saudi activist and other rights defender seek justice in 2021. Capitol Hill insurrection. Nothing to learn from East Asia? The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Thousands of Israelis tested positive for coronavirus after first vaccine shot. The FBI says your smart TV is watching and listening to you. How to stop that and reduce its harmful radiation. ADL hails big tech censors. CEOs are the fourth branch of gov. They're trying to hold the country together. Army is working on Frankenbits with living tissue. Massachusetts rescinds flu vaccine mandate. Viral Trump's new Army video is liberals at their craziest and scariest. 2 National Guard members removed from inauguration security mission. Video, U.S. troops occupy Washington, D.C. in massive show of force. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Trump's farewell falsehoods. Election claims, and why it's clear Biden won. Did Domino's pizza worker save a loyal customer's life? NJ High Court overturns conviction over Shining reference. Did a COVID vaccine candidate produce false positives for HIV? Police, thief berated mom for leaving kid in car he stole. Were Capitol rioters ID'd via online dating apps? Sales of U.S. Constitution topped 1 million during Trump years. Is Tesla hiring someone to handle complaints tweeted at Elon Musk? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Trump grants Bibi's wish for pardon of Israeli who spied on America. Biden's first 100 days will be the biggest since FDR's. Biden has to clean up the Trump catastrophe, then get to work. The birth of Scotch drinking in the United States. Pressure builds on Biden admin to prosecute Trump for treason. Trump nearly burned America to the ground. Your move, Joe. The original Muppet Show is back, and we are frankly delirious. Why Heather Gay escaped Mormonism to become a real housewife. Trump pardons cronies and celebrities hours before leaving D.C. Trump pardons Lil Wayne in last minute clemency flurry. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Taco Bell employee fired over porn star past. Ex-Giant Corey Coleman suspended 6 games for violating NFL's pet policy. Trump grants clemency to 143 people during final hours of his presidency. Chinese billionaire Jack Ma seen on video after months-long public disappearance. UConn's Gino Auriemma passes Pet Summit in wins. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Astronomers want to plant telescopes on the moon. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. U.S. races to distribute vaccine as new COVID-19 strains spread. U.S. coronavirus death toll surpasses 400,000 as virus mutation spread. Software blamed for moon rocket engine shutdown. UK COVID variant detected across U.S. as nation races to distribute vaccine. Super Puff exoplanet is as big as Jupiter but 10 times lighter. 4,200-year-old queen's identity among remarkable new finds in Egypt. U.S. works to speed up vaccinations as coronavirus deaths near 400,000. Dr. Ashish Jha on new COVID-19 strains, Biden administration vaccine promise. Youth COVID-19 rates increase, hospitalizations up nationally. Dire shortage of convalescent plasma, as cases of COVID-19 surge. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. A viewer's guide to Joe Biden's inauguration day. Trump pardons Steve Bannon, other political allies as part of clemency blitz in final hours of his presidency. Tuesday's winning Mega Millions numbers for whopping $865 million jackpot. Feds say Capitol siege suspect who plotted to sell Pelosi's laptop to Russia bragged on social media. California GOP activist busted by feds after blabbing online about Capitol siege. Person with a clown mask and loaded AR-15 arrested in California. Stores drop my pillow after CEO pushes election conspiracies. Prominent hydroxychloroquine advocate and Beverly Hills salon owner among 3 Californians busted for taking part in U.S. Capitol riots, released from jail after posting bond. Georgia student jailed in Cayman Islands for breaking quarantine now admits mistake. Stolen copy of famous Leonardo da Vinci painting recovered in Naples. The following headlines are from military.com. SecDef pick Lloyd Austin pledges to rid the ranks of extremists. 12 Guard troops sent home from inauguration duty after FBI flagged questionable behavior. Air Force One set to drop Trump off one last time. Military will have reduced role in scaled back DC inauguration events. These military figures may be honored in Trump's proposed Garden of American Heroes. Pompeo says China's policies on Muslims amount to genocide. Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy to leave post on inauguration day. U.S. soldier arrested in plot to blow up NYC 9/11 memorial. 2 Guard members pulled from inauguration detail for alleged ties to fringe groups. Army Reserve Sergeant charged in Capitol riots alleged to be white supremacist. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. $11 billion in damage from last summer's derecho. Historically it produced the most damage in the least amount of time. Column, on this inauguration day we're not getting a perfect president, but we're getting a better one. University of Illinois tuition hike, delayed because of COVID-19, will kick in next year, as trustees consider room and board cost increase. Trump pardons Casey Urlacher, suburban mayor and brother of Bears Hall of Famer Brian Urlacher. Male with gunshot wound found dead in Skokie hotel room. 34 Chicago police officers to help keep Washington safe on unprecedented inauguration day. Chicago police supervisor sue city, alleging special citywide unit improperly driven by traffic stops and arrests. With possible teacher strike vote looming, CPS chief says union talks need to focus on how, not whether, to reopen schools. IHSA approves plan for winter sports to begin, allows contact days for fall, spring and summer sports. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 4,318 new COVID-19 cases and 33 additional deaths reported Tuesday as Chicago prepares to enter next phase of vaccine program. The following headlines are from phys.org. How the male mantis keeps its head during rough sex. Reducing air pollution could prevent 50,000 EU deaths. Butterflies create jet propulsion with a clap of their wings. Alabama Museum to restore full-sized mock-up of space shuttle. Protected areas vulnerable to growing emphasis on food security. Researchers develop a mathematical model to explain the complex architecture of termite mounds. Do simulations represent the real world at the atomic scale? Appearance, social norms keep students off Zoom cameras. Study shows how network of marine protected areas could help safeguard Antarctic penguins. Stealing the spotlight in the field and kitchen. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, January 20th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How 1 million volunteers could one day revolutionize medicine. Your microbiome isn't shaped just by what you feed it. Why was the Pyramid of the Sun built? Can a dream warn you about cancer? Top 10 Best LLC Formation and Incorporation Services 2021. 25 Best CBD Oils to buy right now. Medical reviews, scam complaints or weight loss diet pills really work? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Trump commutes sentence of ex-Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick. Music stars slam UK's shameful failure on EU touring rules. China labels Pompeo doomsday clown over genocide claims. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Word Game, January 20th, 2021. Bridge, January 20th, 2021. Horoscopes January 20th, 2021, Skeet Ulrich, dig deep, analyze and make adjustments that will help you maintain your position. Ask Amy, should I tell them why I'm so angry at my dead husband? Harriet Cole, my life is perfect, and I've run out of things to fix. Miss Manners, their bossy invitation prohibited certain opinions, like mine. Dear Abby, I tried to warn my granddaughter about lesbian recruiting, and now she won't speak to me. Crews make headway against fires burning in Santa Cruz Mountains. Berkeley moves forward with pandemic hazard pay for grocery store workers. Photos, nation lights up night to memorialize 400,000 killed in coronavirus pandemic. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Trump pardons Israeli officer who enlisted spy Pollard. New Jersey man wanted in slaying caught in Pennsylvania. Lee, Icon Clinical Research to expand operations. NC, local GOV offices in Raleigh closed on U.S. inauguration. 5 charged after authorities seize 151 pounds of meth. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Joe Biden is president, but Donald Trump's legacy of violence looms. America's occupied capital awaits a president's inauguration. A city under occupation. Federal prison took 9 months to investigate reality winner's abuse claim. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Severe menopause symptoms often accompany premature ovarian insufficiency. Making microwave safer for children. Mayo Clinic study indicates age influences sex-related outcomes after heart attack. Breakthrough in understanding tummy bug bacteria. New Parkinson's disease therapeutics discovered by Ben-Gurion researchers. Clocking electron movements inside an atom. Ultra-small nanomedicines which stably deliver oligonucleotides to refractory cancers. New study shows correlation between teen obesity and mental health issues. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Scholarship set to honor late sports writer Vaughn McClure. Women targeted in carjackings on the South Side, police. Businesses burglarized in Englewood, police. 7 shot, 1 fatally, Tuesday in Chicago. Man charged with sexually assaulting 2 women in 2017, police. Casey Urlacher pardoned by President Trump, faced charges in gambling case. Suburban man serving life in marijuana conspiracy has sentenced commuted by Trump. 1 killed, 2 injured in Joliet crash, police. Yas Quintana agrees to $8 deal with Angels, AP source. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Capitol Stormer Emily Hernandez hit with 5 charges in first court appearance. Mission Taco joint launches Ghost Kitchen of Milagro modern Mexican favorites. Fatal state violence in St. Louis region, 179 deaths in 10 years. Fista reemerges from lockdown with bonkers video death live stream event. Vegan deli and butcher is suddenly closed after successful Taco Hell pop-up. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. What is Extens and how does it work? The latest review and 10 important facts 2021. Coffee Down Under will finally open in Detroit's financial district this week. Supply shortage causes COVID-19 vaccine delays at Wayne County, Henry Ford Health System. Former Flint mayor is disappointed charges against Snyder weren't more severe. Governor Whitmer will attend Joe Biden's inauguration ceremony. Michigan-based Kevin Song Suicide Awareness Conference goes virtual with a focus on equity and equality. Michigan Freedom Fund leader to replace Van Langeveld on board of state canvassers. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Adolescent COVID vaccine to be tested in Houston. 3 Houston nightclubs get liquor licenses suspended for breaking COVID-19 rules. Deshaun or no Deshaun, Eric Bieniemy should take Texans head coach job. Is Promising Young Woman a horror film? Yes. Where to dine out in Houston this Valentine's Day weekend. Streaming concert Watch 1/20, Frank Turner, Jeff Tweedy and more. Abbott meets with Houston Methodist CEO on COVID-19 vaccines, snubs Turner and Hidalgo. Texas House and Senate disagree on COVID-19 testing and press access as 2021 session begins. James Harden shouldn't be hated or loved, just ignored. The 4 most disturbing things revealed in SI.com's latest Jackie Sturby expose. The next headlines are about world records making news. Tom King, Newport's goalkeeper hopes goal against Cheltenham Town breaks world record, Sky Sports. 100 years ago, 1921 in sports, record set, famous firsts, more, Cleveland.com. Telstra claims Wave data rate record, Mobile World Live. Australia Zoo's rhino makes world record, becomes oldest living rhinoceros iguana of 40, News 18. Spain's The Graph shatters world record for viewers on gamer platform Twitch, LPAR in English. Researcher sets new Guinness World Record for finest woven fabric, Science Times. Brendan Rodgers responds to claim Leicester City star will cost world record fee, metro.co.uk. Your Amazon Echo gets an Alexa upgrade that will definitely surprise you every day, Express. Pro surfer McQuar Rothman's 100-foot wave ride caught on video, world record, TMZ. IBS officer Krishna Prakash makes it to World Book of Records for this achievement, NDTV. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Trump pardons ex-Google engineer convicted of stealing trade secrets. How to watch Joe Biden's inauguration on YouTube, Facebook, and more. Here's what Google didn't say in its promises about our privacy. Elon Musk's not a flamethrower was indeed flamethrower, say cops. Brave web browser will become the first to offer peer-to-peer networking protocol. A chapter of the Oath Keepers militia group is raising money through Amazon Smile. A new SolarWinds malware strain is discovered. Asus's next gamer phone may be doing dual screens in a delightfully ridiculous way. Can you beat my Donald Trump goodbye tweet? Netflix is finally adding a streaming roulette feature as it clinches 200 million subscriptions. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mandorah in Australia at 110.66 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Selegansy in Russia at minus 72.04 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 57.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Qualcomm repackages last year's flagship SoC as the Snapdragon 870. Fired former data scientist Rebecca Jones arrested, test positive for COVID-19. Trump's clean power plan replacement gets thrown out by a court. Today's best tech deals, lots of Switch games, Fire HD tablets, and more. Aston Martin's new SUV is actually extremely good, the 2021 DBX review. Microsoft invests in $30 billion driverless car company Cruise. What psychology of mass mobilization can tell us about the Capitol riot. As Ajit Pai exits FCC, Charter admits defeat on petition to impose data caps. iFixit tiers 2 down Apple's $550 AirPods Max headphones. NASA likely to redo hot fire test of its Space Launch System core stage. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump rescinds drained the swamp order limiting lobbyist work for ex-administration officials. Watch live, the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Conservatives, not liberals, are more inclined to value feelings over facts, new study. Anatomy of a Man-Made Disaster, 1001 Ways Donald Trump Failed to Protect America from the Coronavirus. Full list, Trump pardons corrupt Republicans, rapper Lil Wayne, and 143 others, but not Rudy Giuliani. Trump denies Arizona Republicans pardons for Capitol insurrection. Trump to pardon Steve Bannon after scamming his supporters into paying for border wall, CNN. Trump conspiracy theorists excited he'll declare martial law before Biden inauguration. Marry Trump, this is the worst day of the president's life. Trump is about to enter the worst days of his business career, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. How one long-term care facility convinced most of its staff to get the COVID vaccine. The Trump presidency ends with 400,000 COVID deaths. These lines from Trump's inaugural address didn't age well. Fox News decides it's not right-wing enough. Lunchtime photo. Israel says COVID-19 vaccine needs 2 doses after all. Fighting climate change could define Kamala Harris' vice presidency. Watch our interview with her. Remembering Nina Simone's 1968 tribute to Martin Luther King Jr. Can we have half the country vaccinated by the end of March? McConnell denounces Trump, but not Fox News. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. 16 regional sci-fi films featured in State of Motion Arts event, The Straits Times. A world after COVID-19, business as usual, or building bolder and better, Wiley. VDH launches dashboard for COVID-19 outbreaks at Virginia colleges, universities, wavy.com. 2 Guard members with ties to fringe right militias removed from Biden inauguration, KCAU 9. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Neuromorphic computing market 2021 size by strong growth rate and huge profits by IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, The Courier. Aptinyx announces publication of review article highlighting preclinical data in medicine and drug discovery demonstrating the potential of NYX 2925 to treat chronic, centralized pain conditions, Valdosta Daily Times. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. 4 essential Chinese herbs for longevity, according to TCM practitioners, well plus good. Healthy aging and food, it's personal by Gunnar to Winter predict January 2021, Medium. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, January 20th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Alien siege at Cisco Grove, the bow and arrow incident, 1964. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.